Here we go. First quarter GDP number came in at 2.5%. The street was looking for 3%. Here to tell me what happened is John Lonski. He's the chief economist at Moody's Capital Markets. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
All right, it's good to have you here. So tell me what happened. Why was growth so slow in the first quarter?
It was slower than expected, largely because of an unexpectedly deep contraction by government spending. And in addition, we did have quite a slowdown by business capital spending that was not anticipated.
Still better than the fourth quarter, which came in at 0.4%. So should we be pleased that things are heading in the right direction? Stock markets are mixed today.
You know, that's the best you can hope for right now. This very much remains the dullest economic recovery since the Second World War. But the good news is that the economy is growing. The good news is the economy appears to be growing just fast enough to reduce the unemployment rate and lift rates of capacity utilization. If that's true, profits grow. And in a very low interest rate environment, equities can do quite well as long as profits expand.
Well, consumer spending was up 3.2%. Spending makes up 2/3 of the economy at the consumer level. So should we be pleased about this?
It was good news, but it's not going to last, unfortunately, and that's because this growth by consumer spending was largely financed through a depletion of savings. So moving forward, I would look for slower real consumer spending growth quarter to quarter. Year over year, real consumer spending probably grows no faster than 2%. It's limited by the slow growth of employment income that is very much the offshoot of a very slow rate of jobs creation as well as sluggish income growth.
Well, we find out about jobs for April next week, so we'll be sure to have you back perhaps. We'll get to tune in for that one. But I want to get to business spending. This was only up 3%. It was up over 11% in the fourth quarter of 2012. Why weren't businesses spending as much?
Well, in a large part, this is because there has been a slowdown by business sales and operating earnings since the first quarter of 2012. So perhaps this isn't a total surprise. All we can hope is that the slowdown by capital spending on the part of businesses does not soon begin to apply to hiring activity.
Inflation only up 0.9% with regard to that particular number. So does this mean that the Fed can keep doing what it's doing? I know we hear from the Fed next week.
Yeah, the Fed can keep printing money like crazy if we have inflation less than 1% on a quarter-to-quarter annualized basis. And I wouldn't be surprised in next week's policy statement that the Fed makes some mention of slower than expected economic activity and how this reinforces the Fed's view that the risks facing the U.S. economy are not on the upside in terms of faster inflation, but they're on the downside in terms of a higher than expected unemployment rate.
Thank you, John Lonski. Great stuff. And
My
thank
pleasure.
you for watching The Street.